Rain of bullets. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer of Rain of Bullets. Yes. Rain of Bullets is a shoot 'em up with epic loot and lots of guns. Upgrade your ship and customize your weapons to build the ultimate fighter plane. That's all it says. So what is Rain of Bullets? Well, it's a horizontal shoot 'em up. That's what it is, and it's great fun to play. It really is fun. If you're into this kind of game, that is. I mean, I was kind of brought up on Raptor on the was it the Amiga, which was a vertical shooter, and this is the same as that, only it's horizontal. Well, there's actually a lot more to this, as you'd expect, because time has, you know, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly and all that. So, what do you got? Well, you start off with, you have your basic plane and it's shit. It's got a pea shooter on the front and you have to get through the first wave. When you get through the first wave, if you dive back into your hangar, you will find that you've looted some nice guns and got some XP. I think it's XP, or is it points? Or is it bananas? I don't know. And what you do is you mount the new weapons on your shitty ship. Now, to mount a weapon, you have to have a mounting bit thing. A mounting bracket. That's right, you have to have a mounting bracket. No, you don't. I've just made that up. You don't have to have a mounting bracket, but in my head, you have to have a mounting bracket. But in essence, you are limited to how many weapons you can have on your ship, but you can unlock more slots, mounting brackets, when you get bananas. I mean XP, or whatever it is that you get. So, you shoot shit and get it's parts, Mac, you shit review. It's parts, not bananas. You get parts, they're like little cogs and shit. You get all the spare parts, scrap, it's scrap, not parts. So we've had XP, money, bananas, parts, scrap. It's one of them, alright? And you use that, it's currency. We're going to call it currency. You buy upgrades for your ship. That might be extra weapon slots, it might be some other stuff. No, I know what they are. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what they are. There's like upgrades to weapons. You can have them rapid fire. You can have them less time to reload, more range on them, more damage. And there's also special ones that don't actually tell you what to do till you actually mount them on your gun. Upgrading is the name of the game. There is shitloads to upgrade. So currently my plane has I think 6 weapons on it, or 5 or 6 weapons on it. I've got rocket launchers, lasers, Gatling guns called Painless, you know, Predator, Painless, the minigun. I've got that on the front. I've got a blaster, flamethrowers. I've got all sorts of shit on it. I've got this thing that fires little ships at them and lots of shit. And I've upgraded all of them weapons. Some of them split off and fire multiple balls at them. And basically, when I press my fucking mouse button, all hell breaks fucking loose on the screen. And anybody who gets in front of me, below me, behind me, or above me gets fucking annihilated. Alright. And that's what I like about this game. It's got a story about some guy called Troy who's trying to bring down the Titan Corporation, but to be honest, I don't give a shit who Troy is or who Titan is. All I care about is getting banana XP, bullets, scrap, bringing it back to my garage with the loot that I've got, upgrading it, putting more weapons on. You can't have enough weapons on this game. You get 5, you want 6, you get 6, you want 7, you get 7, you want 8, and it will never end. You just put them all over it. But the cool thing is, guys, and listen to this, when you mount a weapon on your ship, you can also select the trajectory of that weapon on a 360-degree rotation, which is essential because you get attacked from below and above and behind and all the rest of it. So you need to have, obviously, most of your weapons facing forward, but I find it was cool to have your flamethrower, your short range stuff to be pointing down, because you'd be flying over boats, ships, trains, cars, all kinds of shit, and you want to blow everything up. You don't want to leave anybody standing, and that's the great thing about this game. But there's something even better, and that is the controls. Yes, it works with a controller, and you know what, when I first got this game, and I've had it a few weeks now, when I first started playing it, I played with a controller because I thought, yeah, it's a twin stick shooter, this, but I thought, wonder what the mouse controls like. And so I took the controller out, put my mouse in. Well, my mouse was already in, but and the mouse controls just amazing. When you move your mouse, if you get your mouse and just move it around your desk or your mouse pad or whatever, that's how your ship moves as quick as the pointer. At least it used to, but they did an update about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago that added a little bit of lag to that, and it didn't become as responsive. When I first played the game about a month and a half ago, it was instantly responsive, but one of the patches is kind of I don't know whether they've done that on purpose because it was just ridiculously maneuverable. But it's still ridiculously maneuverable. I can't even say it. It's still ridiculously maneuverable, but just not quite as good as it used to be. But it is brilliant, the controls. It's just great. And your left mouse button fires all weapons. That's a bit of a shame because I would like to map certain weapons, I guess. Or would I? I don't know. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I'm just nitpicking. I'm trying to find faults with the game, you know, because there's got to be something wrong with it. But there just isn't. It's just a great, fun game. You hold the left mouse button down and there's just a hail of bullets. It's actually a rain of bullets. It comes off your ship, and you just keep that down the entire level, and you use your mouse to avoid enemy fire, to position yourself, and your right mouse button is your shield. You can upgrade that to have a bit of a longer duration because it only lasts for a couple of seconds, and then you have, not even that, probably about a second, then you have to recharge it. Every 10 levels there's a boss fight, and they're quite challenging even on the easy levels. There was this giant worm, and it raped me twice. I got it the third time. I don't have any proof of that, but I did get it the third time. I just didn't record it for some, I don't know why I didn't record it, but yeah. Anyway, I'm past that now. I'm into the sea level, which is quite fun. There's weather effects which you can turn off. The options are pretty light on this. You've got up to 8 times anti-aliasing. That's about it really. It does actually have sliders for music and special effects, which is nice. I always like that. I hate it when they're just coupled together. And it's a pretty cheap game. I mean, in price, not in quality. It's currently retailing at $8.99. No, sorry, it's £10 basically, which isn't a lot really. For a game that's as good as this, because although you're playing a campaign where you follow the story of Troy, who I don't actually care about, I just skip it. I'm not interested in that. It does also have a survival mode, which puts you against random levels with random waves. So there's loads of replayability there. And another good thing about this, if you are just not quite strong enough to take down a boss, you can backtrack and replay any level to get more loot and more bananas, parts, scrap, and that's great because it means that you don't ever get stuck in the game. You might get stuck temporarily, but it's only for a little while, and you can just grind a few levels to get some more stuff. It does get a bit boring and a bit tedious after a while, but that's the kind of game it is. It's not an RPG or an in-depth game. It's a very shallow game. But it doesn't matter because that's the kind of game that it is. It's one of these games where you just want to pick up and play and then put down after 20-30 minutes and then just come back in a couple of days and just keep going through it because you want to see how far you can get. But the thing with me is I want to know how many weapons you can get on. I mean, I'm just keep trying. I'm unlocking 5, then 6, then 7, and I'm hoping that I can just put like about 50 weapons on my little plane and you can't even see your plane for fucking weapons. I'm just hoping that it never ends. As long as you've got the scrap, you can just keep going on. Why am I obsessed with bananas? I don't know. I just hope that they can just keep going and going and going. It's a great little game. It's currently retailing at $9.99, which, like I say, it's not a lot of money, but it's not cheap at the same time. But it's well polished. It's a great game, highly worth picking up if you're into this type of side-scrolling or vertical scrolling shoot 'em ups. So there you go. Rain of Bullets for me is definitely worth a buy.